Warning! The following video is over-exaggerated. Most opinions shared aren't accurate to my thoughts and feelings. The Big Dong has his own country now, and it's quite the good time, let me tell you. Donkey Kong Country? Since when did DK ever own his own country? Also, this isn't even a country. It's an island, but I guess country sounded cooler, so whatever. This game opens up with a nice scene of Cranky Kong vibing to some classic Donkey Kong theme, but then DK jumps out of nowhere and knocks him off the screen to listen to his own music. That was a douchebag move, but guess what? After DK does that, Cranky Kong grabs a barrel of TNT and throws it at him. Guys, can't you both just get along? You will never be cool enough to have your big-ass head carved into a giant mountain like this. Sorry, just accept it. Look at how messy Donkey Kong's house is. You need some serious tips on house cleaning, man. While I admit that the graphics are pretty impressive for the Super Nintendo, they still haven't aged all that well. I'm glad that multiplayer is an option, but this game wasn't really made for that kind of thing. Also, if you're playing by yourself and find Diddy Kong, he doesn't really do anything except follow you around. The Kong letters are pretty pointless in this game because they're super easy to collect, and all they do is give you an extra life. The bonus rooms are a cool idea, but most of them are really lame because it takes no effort to collect all the bananas. I really hate that they added these giant wasps to the game. I'm terrified of wasps, and this isn't helping at all. These underwater levels are neat, but they're not very interesting. Wait, you can ride a swordfish? I'm sorry, but you can't just casually hop on a swordfish and expect everything to be fine. They don't like that sort of stuff. And you can ride a giant frog? Okay, that's actually pretty cool. And an ostrich? Like, why can't I do any of this stuff in the newer games? That would have been really cool. Why can't I play as Funky Kong? He's literally the best Kong of all time, but you're just going to tease me like that? That is one lanky monkey. The Kremlin speed by so fast in the minecart section that it's honestly hard to see them coming. This red light, green light stage is freaky as hell. The level is very dark, and you have to move very fast to keep the red light on and keep the gremlins from advancing towards you. The boss fights are way too easy. I guess the only kind of difficult one is King K. Rool, but even he's not that bad. And on top of that, some of the bosses are repeats, but just reskinned and have slightly stronger attacks. I'm not gonna lie, this level in the game reminds me a lot of the Ewok village in Star Wars. Never thought I'd bring that up on this channel. Queen Bee doesn't even look like a queen. She's just a zinger, but a lot bigger. Hold on, there are Nintendo branded bananas? I want to try one of those. The winter section is pretty cool, but the snow effect on screen is very distracting from the main gameplay. Wait a second, why are there other Kongs trying to attack me? Dude, you're supposed to be helping me, not throwing barrels at me. Why is there a factory on this island? Like, come on, this is going to seriously pollute everything here. And there's a mine. People, you need to start taking better care of the environment. If this level is really a poison pond, then how are we able to swim through it just fine? This blackout stage honestly hurts my eyes because of how often the level flashes from being light to dark. So, once you beat the game and the credits roll, Diddy Kong plays a trick on Donkey Kong and steps on his feet. And do you want to know how DK reacts? He punches him hard on the head. That was a bit of an overreaction, but it gets worse because after Diddy Kong recovers from that, DK sneaks up behind him and kicks him in the ass. Guys, you're all family here. Can you please stop being dicks to each other? Warning! The following video is over-exaggerated. Most opinions shared aren't accurate to my thoughts and feelings. Diddy Kong ain't no one's sidekick in this game. He's front and center and ready for action. I don't know what it is, but something about this title screen is kind of unsettling. The game is technically called Donkey Kong Country, but Donkey Kong never appears in the game until the very end. Also, DK somehow managed to get kidnapped by K. Rool. What a loser. This game looks just as ugly as the first one. There was barely, if anything, done to change up the graphics. Why does Diddy have a girlfriend? That was the last thing the Donkey Kong series needed. The Kong letters are still here, and they're still just as useless as before. This picture of Diddy and Dixie ruthlessly taking down a Kremlin is honestly heartbreaking. Do you guys need to be this aggressive? I'm glad there's an option for two-player co-op, but once again, this game works best with just one player. That being said, if you're playing with just one player, the other character just kind of chills there for no reason. If you look at the top screen of Cranky's shop, you can see a beheaded Kremlin hanging on the wall. Can we really trust this guy? This is literally just the invincibility star from Super Mario. Why is there a school? I wanted to play a video game, not go to fucking school. I don't think snakes can do this in real life. Just saying. We get it, Funky Kong. You're cool. Can you please stop showing off like that? You're making me feel like a wimp. The boss fights, once again, are way too easy and lame. But at least there's no boss refights like the first game. Why are these chomping crocodile guys so much thicker than before? They look so much creepier because of it. You will never in a million years get me to ride a spider this big. I don't care if he's friendly or not. It ain't happening. As much as I love Swanky Kong, his questions do drag on a lot longer than they need to. I don't care how bonkers this game is, you can't convince me that one seal can turn all this lava into water by just spraying it. How is Dixie able to spin her head so rapidly like this and not get a massive headache afterwards? This tiny ass balloon is able to carry Diddy, Dixie, and a rhino all at the same time. I'm sorry, but just... what? The boss of the lava section is a giant sword. Okay, what the hell are these things? Why is the water all green? Have the Kremlins been heavily polluting it or what? And the clouds have been mucked up too. You guys seriously need to take a class on environmental safety. Those stupid wasps from the first game are still here and they're still terrifying. And there's giant dragonflies too. Guys, we really don't need all these giant bugs in our lives. This tree is not having a good day. I don't like how the minecart is a skull in these levels. It looks really creepy. These special stages are way too short and most of the time they're way too easy. I'm not gonna lie, this castle looks exactly like Bowser's castle. Whatever happened to the cool ship like in Donkey Kong Country 1? I take that back. There actually is a cool ship, but it's only a boss battle and you can't explore the rest of it. Dude, you need to seriously chill out with the cannonballs. They're really getting on my nerves. Why does Donkey Kong get the last hit on K. Rool? He hasn't done shit this entire game. The final cutscene is just the Kongs watching the sunset instead of something funny like the end of the first game. Warning! The following video is over-exaggerated. Most opinions shared aren't accurate to my thoughts and feelings, so don't force me to watch over Kiddy Kong. I don't need that in my life right now. Why does Kiddy Kong's face look so creepy on the title screen? This game is technically called Donkey Kong Country, but Donkey Kong never appears in the game until the very end. Also, not only did Donkey Kong manage to get himself captured, but Diddy Kong as well. I thought you guys were better than this. Why must Grandma Kong be so ripped like this? It's kind of unsettling. Why is Funky Kong leaving his toddler for me to deal with? Screw you, Funky. The graphics, as usual, have not aged well and have barely changed from the last two games. Hey look, you're collecting stars. I wonder where I've seen that before. Why do these little Kremlins look so much creepier than they did in the last two games? The Kong letters, once again, are completely useless and only give you an extra life. The characters no longer pull off some sweet dance moves at the end of a stage. That's sad to see. You know how much I hated those wasps from the last two games? Well, they did the right thing and got rid of them, only to be replaced with wasps with f***ing chainsaws as stingers. Oh, poor Kremlins. They have to deal with ice physics just like me. The bosses are, yet again, way too simple and easy to beat. I'm starting to notice a pattern with these games. Ew, why must you be like this, jackass? Why are there so many bears in this game? And why do they all look drunk as hell every time I visit them? Are these monkeys throwing shit at me? It looks like they're throwing shit at me. I don't appreciate this face Kitty makes every time I beat a bonus stage. It's kind of freaking me out. This giant spider looks pissed off. Seriously, do not screw with this guy. This level is about riding a giant ice skate through some pipes. Why is this a thing? This level fills me with anxiety. Who even needs a saw this ginormous? These crocs need to ease up on the barrels. They're really pissing me off. Why am I traveling through the sewers? There's green gas all over the place. That can't be healthy. Are these living barrels of TNT? Oh my god, that's terrifying. You know that level in New Super Mario Bros. Wii where you have to dodge a bunch of sliding penguins? Well, it turns out that idea was stolen since this game did it first. Hey Frosty, will you stop throwing snowballs at me? I thought you were supposed to be a jolly fellow. Look at how fun this level is. I'm totally not getting bored by just endlessly climbing ropes. No, sir. Why is it so damn dark? I can barely see anything. How is this tiny ass bird able to carry both Dixie and Kitty at the same time? I call shenanigans. You can still ride a giant spider and I still don't like it. These goddamn white barrels are so annoying. They never seem to not be in the way. Could this level possibly be more aggressive with the lightning? This level is called the Poisonous Pipeline, so why are we swimming in it? So King K. Rool goes from a king to a pirate to a scientist? Okay, that came out of nowhere. Oh no, what have you done? My wife's going to kill me. Wait, King K. Rool has a wife? When did this happen? Where is she in the Donkey Kong games? Are they even still a couple? I have so many questions. Honestly, King K. Rool should just give up at this point. Just like Bowser in the Mario universe, he's never going to come out on top. Why is Donkey Kong speaking English? That's just wrong. Warning! The following video is over-exaggerated. Most opinions shared aren't accurate to my thoughts and feelings, so don't be doing any of that hypnotizing on me. No one likes that stuff. Loading the game on the Wii menu somehow looks cooler than it looks in the actual title screen. I really like the CG cutscenes, so why can't there be more of them? I love me some sweet CG cutscenes. Oh no, Diddy, maybe if you weren't leaving your bananas out in the open, they wouldn't have gotten stolen. Wait, why doesn't the hypnosis work on Donkey Kong? Is he really that dumb? So many of Donkey Kong's moves require motion controls. It works, I guess, but would have been a lot easier to use the buttons. It's cool that there's a two-player mode, but this game wasn't really made for that kind of stuff. Also, why is the only other player Diddy Kong? Why not Dixie Kong? Or Cranky Kong? Or Funky Kong? I mean, it's not like they're gonna show up in another game or something. Speaking of Cranky Kong, why does he have to be such a douchebag every time I go to his shop? Take a chill pill, dude. Most of the music in this game is awesome, but it's not very memorable. I love these dark levels, but how is Donkey Kong's tie able to light up? Is it translucent or what? These minecart sections can be hard as hell, especially if you're trying to get the collectibles. You basically fight the same boss twice in this game. The only difference is that the second boss has a few extra attacks. It's cool that all the tikis are meant to be different instruments, but what is this guy meant to be? Is he the generic guy no one wants to be? Jumping into water means instant death for some reason. You know Donkey Kong can swim, right? The music during these rocket sections is so freaking amazing. It honestly triggers me how good it is. What's the deal with this octopus? I've literally done nothing to him, so why does he have to be a jackass? These little sections where you have to collect everything in a time limit are cool, but they repeat themselves way too often. Why is the guy at the checkmark a pig? Is he a reference to something? I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the ruins section. Everything just looks boring, and these biters honestly creep me out a lot. Oh no, cannonballs! If only they shot fast enough to actually be threatening. Almost every level in the underground section is a minecart level. Even the boss has you riding a minecart. Those are some thick bats for a cave this skinny. Gee, I wonder why there's so many spider decorations in this stage. And that is why 8-year-old me was never brave enough to beat the game. What the hell is this thing? It looks like a worm with fruit for a body. We have all this really cool prehistoric stuff, but no reference to dry bones? Missed opportunity. What asshole thought it would be a good idea to put a factory on this island? This place is going to ruin the island. Just look at how foggy this stage is. If you're that big of a noob and fail a level multiple times, you can always send Super Kong to beat the level for you. That is not the gamer way. It's cool that this game got ported to the 3DS, but it changes nothing about the game except giving it an easy mode. Also, the 3D effect does nothing for this game. It just makes it harder to play. The lava section. This is the part of the game where you're going to lose the majority of your lives. You know what? I take that back. The special stages are where you're going to lose the majority of your lives. Donkey Kong is able to punch the f***ing moon down to the island. There is no way that's possible, but at the same time, it looks so frickin' cool. Warning! The following video is over-exaggerated. Most opinions shared aren't accurate to my thoughts and feelings. Are you ready for me to rant about the greatest Donkey Kong game of all time? You'd better be. Instead of Retro Studios making a new Metroid game, we got this. Although it's hard to be mad since this game rocks. This game originally released on the Wii U. We're already off to a bad start. Something about the way Donkey Kong stares at me on this box art is kind of freaking me out. God, these cutscenes are so gorgeous. Why can't there be more of them? Donkey Kong is taking forever to eat that banana. Come on, man, just eat the damn banana already. Why do these penguins have beef with Donkey Kong? He sees the Kong house for a second and then immediately freaks out. Oh wow, a flying airship. I wonder where they got that idea. If you play this game with a Wii remote, you have to play with motion controls. You're much better off playing with a Pro Controller or the gamepad. Speaking of the gamepad, this thing doesn't do anything to spice up the gameplay. It just gives you another screen. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, so now Donkey Kong can swim. That doesn't explain why he couldn't swim in DKC Returns. Just like the last game, these little areas where you collect everything are cool, but they have barely any variety. I love how these giant grasshoppers are like, come at me, bro, show me what you got. This game wasn't really made for multiplayer. I'm glad it's an option, but it does feel pretty awkward. Diddy and Dixie basically have the same ability, except Dixie can fly upwards, so why wouldn't you always use Dixie? I'm not gonna lie, Cranky Kong is just okay. He's useful for avoiding spikes, but other than that, he's the least helpful partner. I like the minecart levels in this game, but they aren't nearly as difficult as they were in the previous game. I love this little moment where DK freaks out when he falls. There's something so stupidly charming about that. The boss battles in this game are good, but I wish they were a little more challenging. This giant orange pig can shoot giant fireballs out of his nose. That's either really funny or really terrifying, and they said penguins couldn't fly. Well, look who's laughing now. The loading screen when entering the game is exactly the same as it was in Donkey Kong Country Returns. The music for the world map no longer changes when switching between different worlds. That being said, the music in this game is so freaking amazing. Like, seriously, I hate how much I love it. This level instills fear into me. Why did they have to make a level so perfect yet so terrifying? I hate these stupid monkeys. Do you really have nothing better to do than to swing around and screw with me? I'm still not a big fan of underwater levels. They're definitely better than the Mario levels, but they're still not as fun as regular platforming. This giant octopus is just as big of a jackass as he was in the last game. Look at all this frickin' fruit, and yet I can't eat any of it. How is this polar bear considered the bad guy? He was just chilling there enjoying a popsicle until we showed up and ruined it for him. Donkey Kong should be the bad guy here. These snow levels can be hard as hell. You really have to be good at the game to beat them, but that's nothing compared to the special stages. Not only is the platforming skills cranked up to the max, but you have no checkpoints. That is just cruel. Oh cool, this game got ported to the Switch. I wonder what's new about it. There's an easy mode and you can play as Funky Kong. That's it. If you play as Funky Kong and go to the item shop, who is this random bird guy? He kind of freaks me out. The end credits take so long, and worse, there's no option to skip them. The final cutscene is pretty cool, but it's not nearly as crazy as when Donkey Kong punched the moon at the end of DKC Returns.